Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Monday, July the 30th, and welcome to our video commentary. We've been talking a great deal here on these video commentaries, as well as the podcast, as well as the different articles that I post. We've been talking a great deal about the midterm elections. Well, the midterm elections will be here in less than 100 days. And I think it's maybe time now to look at what some of the experts are writing about the election. One of my favorite analysts when it comes to the midterm elections and elections in general, politics in general, is my good friend Barry Castleman, the Prairie editor. Barry has been covering politics for over 40 years. He's got a great website called The Prairie Editor that I definitely would recommend that you check out. It's available in the internet, The Prairie Editor. And one of the reasons that I like Barry is that he's not a Republican, he's not a Democrat. He pretty much gives it to you right down the middle. He looks at the data as objectively as you can and gives you a sense of what's going on. He just wrote a brand new post called Waving Red, Blue, or White Flags, but No Wind Yet. It's a great title because I think it really puts in perspective what's going on. On the Republican side, people are talking about a red wave. On the Democrat side, people are talking about a blue wave. But in reality, as Barry is telling us, he doesn't see any wind or he doesn't see any wave at the time being. That doesn't mean that there won't be one, by the way. That's very important to know that there could be a red wave, there could be a blue wave. All of that could happen over the next 90 plus days. But as of right now, you don't really see that. You don't see the kind of movement one way or the other that would suggest that there's going to be a big day for one party or another on election day. Now, Barry points out in this article that the Democrats have a lot of excitement, but a lot of their excitement seems to be favoring candidates, more liberal, more left-wing candidates, who may excite the base, but will have a more difficult time winning competitive districts in November. I mean, we see some of that here in Texas with the nomination of Lupe Valdez for governor. I mean, this is a woman who is clearly on the left, and I think she's going to have a lot of trouble generating a big turnout in Texas because she is simply too far to the left to compete with someone like, let's say, Governor Abbott, who is a very successful and popular governor. You see other cases around the country where the Democrats are electing or nominating people who are from the left wing of the party, and those are the kinds of people who can win a primary but not necessarily win an election. But I think the major point at this stage of the game is to be very cautious with predictions. When you hear predictions of a blue wave or a red wave, just take it in stride, because there's really at the moment no evidence of any wave. And what that may very well mean is that you have a status quo election, meaning nothing changes at the top. There could be some movement. Let's say that the Republicans could lose their majority or not lose a majority, but lose a few seats, but still have the majority. On the Senate, the Republicans could pick up a few seats. But that's really all the evidence that we have right now. We don't have a big evidence one way or the other of a wave coming this way or that way. Now, there's two wild cards, I think, in this midterm. The first one is President Trump, who I think is going to go all out to help the Republicans win. Whether that succeeds or doesn't succeed, well, we will find out. The other big wild card is the economic news. We had some great economic news last week. Let's see where we are, let's say October, with the economic news. If we continue to get economic news like the one that we got last Friday, I think that's going to be very favorable to the Republicans. But if there's a slowdown somewhere in the news or a problem with the economy, that could be helpful to the Democrats. But again, these are the things we don't know. We certainly don't know them now, but we'll have a better idea sometime in October. So be skeptical of these predictions. Remember that many of the people predicting are Democrats and Republicans, and I would recommend that you follow my friend Barry Castleman over at the Prairie Editor, because I think he's got the most objective look out there in the market. Well, thank you very much for watching. We have all of these videos over at YouTube, we have them on Twitter, and we have them on my blog. And if July 30th is your birthday, Happy birthday. Bye-bye, everybody.